$20,000. And so far it's cost us, the county, $4.5 million. Why did that go on? And what can we do to make sure it never happens again?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll take that one first. One thing I've learned in business, you have to get out from behind a desk and get out in the field. Being a contractor, I made my best decisions out in the field. If you don't get out there and see what the problem is, you can't fix it. And one of the problems I saw is they left it up to Public Works, administration, the county commissioners, our elected officials didn't get involved. You've got to get out in the field and see what the problems are if you're going to fix it. And that was one of the worst decisions made, was not going out there and getting on top of that issue before it turned into a multi-million-dollar problem. Thank you.
I've been a part of the Sunshine Whirlwind. I'll be real quick and real brief. All of it stemmed, young man, from the fact that we become arrogant in our leadership. There was people that had told the county years before that there were problems with the lake because they lived on the lake. And I have been out there at the lake. I've been by the lake. I've watched kids. We have to pull from out there because they want to run in there and play in that muck. Okay? But we disrespected those people. We said, their voice doesn't mean anything. They don't know what they're talking about. And we continually do that. And we do it to the tune that what would have cost us $50,000 ended up costing us $4.5 million. We have a disconnect when it comes to dealing with higher authority, meaning the state on the whole. We let a bird nest literally freeze a project. Now, I used to work out in the woods with kids and teenagers. And Florida Wildlife Conservation have removed pigs, owls, you name it, they've relocated them. But we didn't have enough common sense to call and say, we've got a bird nest here, there's only 2 eggs in it, it's not an endangered species, can you come and relocate this nest? And subsequently the company ended up leaving all of their equipment there and charged us a daily basis because they couldn't use the equipment because of a bird. It's the same thing with our ability to deal with land grants and things like that. Well, there's a bird nest here, and them scrub jays, they're worth this man's $200,000 lot that he bought, and there's only 1 egg in there, but we can't relocate that egg, and he sure as heck better not build on it because of a scrub jay.
Okay, we got to start wrapping this up with the county commissioners, otherwise I'm going to have...
Sewer question. Sewers, the commissioners need to realize that sewers are not the ecological green thing of the day. They need to get up with the times. They have no way that they want to pay for it. How do you feel about sewers versus well-maintained and designed septic systems?
Yeah, great question. First of all, I know you're talking specifically about Spring Lake, the pilot program. We had a pilot program that rolled out on bad information. I've done a lot of research on it. I looked at the source documents going back to 1998. That whole project was supposed to be paid for primarily with grant money at no cost to those people. I would not roll out another sewer pipe until that pilot program is finished and we do an economic impact to see how it affects these people's lives. There's one thing I know in this county. Being a member of the advisory committee at Port Charlotte Middle School, 80% of those kids are on free or reduced lunch. What's it going to do to the housing stock over there? We already know that $40,000 is the average household income. That means half are above and half are below. We expect these people to fill out a piece of paper to say they have a hardship. I don't need a consultant to tell me that. I know that. I've lived here for 35 years. We shouldn't roll out another pipe until we finish the project, see what kind of impact it had on those people. And if I was going to roll out a sewer program, it would be voluntary. There's a way to do it, and 1 minute's not enough time to talk about it. Thank you.
Further questions?
I got to get the answer, and I'll be quick, Tony. After a lot of research myself and looking into it, I would oppose sewers altogether because there have been, if you research it out, there have been more disasters from water and sewer lines breaking and causing ecological disaster than they have with septic systems. The other thing is this right here. We have no dignity because we don't even have the capabilities of coming up with a plan that would have at least allowed those people, since we were so anti the people not wanting this, we were going to do it anyway. We didn't even have the decency to say, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. we're going to grandfather in all of you folks, and any new construction, and any new buildings, and anybody that comes in from this day forward, if they want to be attached to the sewer, then the builder can attach them to the sewer. I am not a proponent that Charlotte County needs the amount of sewer that they need. Last but not least, and this is probably more important, we keep putting the horse before the cart. We got this section of town with 50, 60-year-old pipes, sewer pipes, breaking and busting and everything else, and we worried about building sewers over there? Let's take care of this flat tire over here first. See, and that'll cost us a whole lot less money. So no, I'm not a proponent of sewers. We didn't do it 40 years ago, so now, in the worst economic times of all, I'm going to come in and I'm going to right a wrong that's 40 years ago. We are not beholden to that 40-year-old contract. That is a deception in and of itself. There had to be a beginning and an ending with that contract. Those things that were dredged according to that particular legal document, it's happened, it's been, and it's over, and they did it for those times. They did it for those particular sections of town.
All right, thank you, Mr. Daniels. We could.
To the young lady who asked the, I'm a little confused. You pay for a sewer that you don't have?
Yes.
Well,
I don't know what year, but eventually, we don't know how much we're paying, when the payment will stop, but in the meantime,
I think you're being robbed. I think you're plain being robbed.
I didn't answer her question yet. I can answer a question. The downside to an MSBU is they have to do an initial assessment because the county doesn't have the money to pay for the soft cost plans, upfront engineering. So what they do is they tax you with an MSBU to collect that money before you even have service in the ground. That's one of the problems with MSBU. You're not getting the service, but you're paying it. You might not get that service for years, not months. Yeah, years. I understand
All
exactly.
right, thank you for that clarification.